What's up YouTube, Dal here from Xyz Games, and today I'm going to bring you one of many updates from Brothers of Legend, the first off being Sharks. So I'm going to show you the profile and then I'm going to show you its brand new 2-card combo that ends you on Double Toad and a Utopic Draco Future. So with all of that out of the way, let's dive head first into this profile and show you exactly what we've got. So if you get this video to at least 50 likes, I will also bring you a full test hand combo video so you can see more in-depth plays with the deck. We start off with Triple Buzzsaw Shark. This is a common in Eternity Code. I believe it also came out in the Megatins as well. Deserves a foil. The card is so good. So you can target one water monster you control, including itself, to special summon from your deck in defense, one fish with the same level but a different name. This is part of the 2-card combo. Very important as indeed. We've then got Triple Lantern Shark. If it is normal or special, you get to special a level 3, 4 or 5 water monster from your hand in defense. Again, both of these, Lantern and Buzzsaw, lock you into Xyzs for the rest of the turn, but you really don't mind that because you're going to be absolutely fine just spamming the board with water Xyzs. We've then got Beautiful Princess. This actually got another nice little buff as well if you wanted to, and I've not include it in this deck, but you can pay pre-resi map, which is you add a monster with 0 attack and then you burn half your life points. So you then need to get your Tuna for Princess, and the way she works is you banish her, and then when it's normal or specialed, to then special a level 4 or lower fish type monster from your deck except itself. So it just gives you more copies and more ways into your Buzzsaw Shark. We've then playing the brand new Ice Knight. Now this is something that I'm trying out just to see how it works, because it is a level 4, it is a water, it gains 400 attack for each aqua monster you control, and then once per turn you can activate this effect. You can normal summon one water monster during your main phase this turn in addition to your normal summon or set. You can only gain this effect once per turn, and you can't normal or special monsters for the rest of the turn except waters, which again is absolutely fine. It does stop your Draco Future play, but that's where your number 4 Stealth Kraken plays come into place, and you ultimately, and rather than going into something like that, you're going to be buffing up all of your Toads, or you're going to be working towards getting a Stealth Kraken plus Toads on the board as well. We've then got 2 of the brand new Silent Sea Nettle. So if you control a water monster, you can special summon this card for free from the hand, but you can't special summon monsters except waters the turn you activate this effect. Very important that it's for the entire turn. So if you at any point special summon that isn't a water prior to this, you can't even use it. You can only use it once per turn, and then you can banish it from the graveyard to target 3 waters in the graveyard and shuffle them into the deck. We've then got 2 Xyz Remora. This card is nuts and I love it. So you can special summon this card from the hand by detaching 2 Xyz materials from cards you control. They then lets you, when you do, you can target 2 level 4 fish type monsters in the graveyard and special summon those targets in face-up defense. The effects are negated and you can't attack or change their battle positions, and cannot be used for Xyzs for an Xyz summon except of a water monster. So again, is absolutely fine. We've cut this down to 2, and we've cut out the searcher for this card because it isn't as heavily reliant. This is part of the 3-card combo, and really when you're getting the exact same out of a 2-card combo, why do you need an additional card? We've then got Double Silent Angler. Now the reason this is important is you could arguably put it at 3 for the pure fact that you kind of want to summon this off of Buzzsaw, put it into the graveyard, use the brand new card White Mirror to then target in and special summon it back from the grave, to then add another copy of itself, which then becomes a free summon. Off the back of that, your board is then going to be your Utopic Draco Future plus your 2 Toads from 2 cards. Very simple. I've also gone with double Aqua Spirit and double White Stingray. Now I know a lot of you might be like, whoa, why would you do this if Silent Angler locks you out? Silent Angler only locks you out from special summoning from the hand for the rest of the turn. It also gives you easier ways, specifically with White Stingray, to get your left hand shark into the graveyard. So I just wanted to go with as many free extenders as possible. If you're not a fan of this, then it can become a third silent angler. But the way I kind of saw it is, as long as I was using these before I used the angler, I would still be able to build my board. And that's how my board then turned into something like a Stealth Kraken plus 2 Toads plus a Utopic Draco Future. So it's absolutely mad. Then, of course, we've got the one left-hand shark and the one right-hand shark. So I'm not completely sold on these as yet. I kind of felt that as it was a shark deck, I needed to include them. They do have some utility. The issue is right-hand shark specifically requires you to have no cards to special it from the graveyard. So right hand is when this card is normal, you get to add left hand from your deck to your hand. If this card is in the graveyard and you control no monsters, you special summon it but banish it when it leaves the field. An Xyz that was summoned using only water monsters and this card on the field as material gains the following effect: it can't be destroyed by battle. Your left hand shark is if this card is specialed from the grave, it becomes a level 4. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If you control right hand shark, add this card to your hand and this card in the hand or graveyard. You can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. An Xyz that was summoned using only water monsters, including this card on the field, gains the following effect: it can't be destroyed by card effect. Now keep in mind, this only becomes a level 4 when it's summoned from the grave. Though that is why you play White Stingray, is because the idea is that you go normal summon right hand shark, search out left hand shark, use Stingray, ditch left hand shark, special bat left hand shark. Now obviously if you've done that combo off the back of Ice Knight, then that's a 3 card combo that's going to give you double Toad and Utopic Zexal and stuff like that. Utopic Draco Future. So it is very specific because you need it to be coming back from the grave unless you're going to be playing rank 3s, which honestly, to be as competitive as possible, you're not going to do. So it's something to consider. The final fish that I play is the Lifeless Leaffish. Now this is purely because when it is summoned, you can send a fish monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then you have the ability to banish this card from the graveyard, target 3 fish monsters in the grave, shuffle them into the deck, and draw 1 card. So it's rare that you're going to use that second effect, but it is a nice free summon. As long as its effects aren't negated when it is summoned, you then get the Foolish Burial effect, and it kind of lets you play around. But ultimately, these 3 cards are massive flex spots. They can become hand traps, they can become extenders, they can become small worlds. We've actually seen a build with small world that you play the water Tenyi, and then the idea is you reveal a shark, get to the water Tenyi, then you can get to another shark. So it's just more consistent ways of getting to Buzzsaw. And like I said, you've got your map as well if you wanted to put it in. For hand traps, apologies for the white sleeves. These are bouncing around different decks at the moment. Double Ash, double Veiler, and we are eventually playing triple Imperm, but I'll get to that in a minute. So double Ash and double Veiler are purely because of the competitive scene right now for me. I don't think 3 Ashes is absolutely required, and I feel that having a balance between Ash and Veiler along with Imperm is really important, because being able to, I mean, it's not so great against the Bird Up matchup because most of their cards don't like being targeted, and Ash just is no longer a 1 card Ash, that's it, stopped it, the game's over. So many people have the ability to play for it that these can be, again, any hand traps or any board breakers that you wish. Then we play triple of the White Mirror. So you can target a level 4 or lower fish in your graveyard and special summon it. Then you can add 1 monster from your deck to your hand with the same original name as the special summon monsters. You can only activate once per turn. So again, the idea is, off of the Buzzsaw shot, which I'll show you at the end, you summon out your Silent Angler, you activate White Mirror to add the Silent Angler, and basically what you're doing is you're adding a card that can freely special summon itself from the hand as long as you control waters. So then for my spicy add to this as well is we are playing 2 Ready Fusion. The way I see it is this is the perfect extender. And what I mean by that is when you look at something like Unexpected Die, it needs you to have no monsters. When you look at the Tenyis, it needs you to have no effect monsters. So they're all really bad later games or at certain points. You could bump this to 3 if you want to in order to get to it as early as possible. By doing so, the whole idea behind it is that you're then going to be able to just activate this, and you kind of want to, in this particular build, be able to go to a shark and a toad without using your normal summon. And if you don't get to the shark or the toad, just by making that play without committing to a normal summon, your opponent is going to be dropping some form of hand trap, whether it be an Imperm, whether it be a Veiler, on the particular shark. That then puts your opponent at a disadvantage because they've already burnt a hand trap, and that's where your normal summons can then come out to play, and your normal summons on their own are still going to be able to build very impressive boards. We've then got 2 Forbidden Chalice. These can be dropped if you want, but you actually kind of want as much hand advantage as possible. So with the Chalices right now, they are a very good competitive card that can help you break certain boards and put in a lot of work. We've then got the 1 Called by the Grave and the 1 1-for-1. Obviously the 1-for-1 is for your tuner princess, and then the Called by the Grave is to, of course, protect you from any and all hand traps where at all possible with your Veilers and your Ashes and stuff like that. And then the final card is Triple Imperm. So you can see the cards that are bouncing between decks is the Imperms and the Chalices right now. But these are just to have them a more powerful hand trap. Not a lot of people are playing Designated because it requires so much extra card space, so you kind of want to utilize your hand traps. If you do get stopped, you can still stop your opponent, and even if you don't get stopped, because your combo is now a 2-card combo rather than a 3-card combo, you still have the ability to kind of really slow your opponent down and cause them major issues. Moving on to the extra deck, we've got 2 number 4 Stealth Klagan and 1 Stealth Klagan Spawn. So how do these work? So they are generic rank 4s. Very, very simply, well, I say generic, they both require 2 level 4 water monsters, but all face-up monsters on the field become waters. Once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, you can destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its attack had on the field. If this XYZ summon card is destroyed, you can special summon Stealth Kraken Spawns from your extra deck up to the number of materials this card had. Then you can attach 1 water monster from your graveyard to each of the special summon monsters. So the idea is that this gets destroyed, you use the effect to pop a card, this gets destroyed, you bring out a Stealth Kraken Spawn. The Stealth Kraken Spawn then attaches a Toad. You can then detach a Toad to trigger its effect to then give you an additional recycle from the grave. So this one is once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, you can detach a water monster, destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls. And if this card special summoned by the effect of a number XYZ is destroyed, you can special summon Stealth Kraken monster from your graveyard up to the number of materials this card had. Then you can attach up to 1 water monster from your graveyard to that special summon monster. So again, the idea is that you just be able to keep looping your toes to loop your resources. Carrying on through the XYZs, as this deck is XYZ heavy, we are of course playing triple Bahama Shark. So the idea behind the Bahama Shark, you probably don't need 3 right now because we're not relying on the 3-card combo anymore, but it's still very good because it still spawns you out an XYZ or a rank 3 water, so it still gives you into your Toads, which is why we're also playing triple Toad. But again, if you wanted to, because you recycle these very easily, you could cut this down to a 2 and 2, which just gives you more space. I will show you 3 cards at the end that you kind of need to choose which one you want to drop and which one you want to keep, but we'll go over that in a minute. You've then, of course, got your Abyss Dweller, so a nice water bump, and then obviously Abyss Dweller being so good with the graveyards right now. You've then got the 1 Utopic Future alongside a Draco Future as well, and I'll show you that in the combo. And then the final card that is a must-play is the Rare Fish, because it's just a free ready fusion target. Then for the final 3 cards, it's entirely up to you on which one you want to cut from these 3. But you've got the Drill Driver Vespanato. So this is purely for the fact that you then rank your Bahama Shark up into the Vespanato. Detach 2 materials, that summons out your Xyz Remora. Your Remora then gives you another Shark and another Toad. So you're ending on 3 Toads plus a Utopic Draco Future. The other one is Mistar Boy, just for the pure facts where sometimes you can't make an XYZ, or even if you can go for Mistar Boy and it will just boost all of your monsters up, which is really good because the majority of your stuff you're ending on will be waters. And then of course the final one is Zeus. So Zeus is a safety measure for the pure fact that, again, you can't rank it on top of the Vespanato the same turn, but the idea is that you're able to pretty much use a Bahama Shark, attack, go into Zeus, and it just clears the board off. So it's kind of one of those fail-safes that really help you kind of clear off a board if your opponent has built up such a massive board and you just go something like Dark Ruler, make Zeus, clear board off, let's go again. But ultimately, it comes down to whether you want to rely on the 3-card combo, which you don't have to right now, whether you're happy to just boost all of your monsters, even though sometimes you lock yourself into XYZs, or you just want that option to, if it comes up, to clear your opponent's entire board. So arguably, this is probably the one that I would cut. Or if you really don't care about the 3-card combo as much, you can cut it that way. So it's entirely up to you on where you want to take it. It does come down to personal preference and personal play style. So now I'm going to show you the very simple, very new 2-card combo that we can do thanks to White Mirror. So all you need now in your hand is going to be Buzzsaw Shark or a route to that. So if you did play the map, you would go through your Princess and go through into Buzzsaw. So you've got consistency to get to Buzzsaw. The only thing you don't have huge consistency to get to is White Mirror. So unless you want to play stuff like Murray of Greed to help you draw into it, it's kind of an option to go from there. So you normal summon your Buzzsaw, you use the Buzzsaw effect to target itself to special a level 4 or lower water, and you're going to special summon out your Silent Angler. You're then going to overlay these into a Bahama Shark, and then you're going to use Bahama Shark's effect. Specifically, and don't mess this one up, I've seen it before, you want to detach your Silent Angler to put it into the graveyard. You're then going to activate your White Mirror, target the Silent Angler to special summon it back, and then you're going to be using the effect or resolving the rest of the effect of the White Mirror to add you your second Silent Angler. Now keep in mind, if you've opened up other cards that special summon themselves from the hand, you probably don't even need to go this route. You'll just special summon them for free and then use this as a last resort. But we're just saying that we've only got these two cards and the rest are basically setup cards. You then special summon down the Angler, overlay this, you can probably see where this is going. You can go into a Kraken if you want to, but honestly you're going to go Bahama Shark, use the effect and go into another Toad. You could, if you had a Remora, go into your Vespanato, but we're going to play it that we don't have this. So you're then going to overlay your two Bahama Sharks, spinning those to the grave. You're going to go into Utopic Future and then Utopic Draco. So then from two cards, you've ended your board on Utopic Draco Future, which is going to give you a monster negate, and then you've got two Toads, which are Omni negates. Plus your Toads have the ability that as soon as you sack one off, you get to add Buzzsaw back, which is going to be like a one-card starter for the next turn, because then you just go Buzzsaw, target itself, and then you make another rank 4, and you can kind of just build from there. At the very least, you're going into a Zeus, should your opponent break this board completely, but it's still having to play through 3 negates as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Like I said at the start, if you get this video up to at least 50 likes, I will bring you a full test stand combo video for this particular deck, so you can see it in its all glorified Sharkin action. As absolutely always, guys, stay safe. And of course, happy dueling.